Hello children, Bruce Wayne here. My good friend Batman has asked me to come in and read a story for you. Now, before anyone asks, no, I don't know his true identity. It's a very big secret, so don't tell anyone, okay? Today, I'm going to be reading Charlie's Shell by Marina Zlatanova. Charlie's Shell. Charlie was a little snail. He lived inside a shell, the greatest shell there ever was, as far as he could tell. It was round and it was roomy, with a blue and shiny dome. Life was safe and cozy inside his swirly home. But then one day, 3 slimy slugs slithered nearby. Ugh. And here, dear reader, I must reveal, these slugs were mean and sly. They stared and glared, and jeered and sneered, which slugs do very well, the instant they beheld the snail beneath his swirly shell. "What a silly shell," they yelled. "It's not what we would wear. We'd never lug a load so large all day from here to there." With a sniffle and a snuffle, Charlie hid away. His shell was not the greatest, he realized in dismay. He'd never win a race with it, nor squeeze beneath a door. Dragging it from place to place was sometimes quite a chore. And this is when it struck him, his cleverest idea. He'd cast aside this big old shell, which once had been so dear. He drew a big breath and puffed his cheeks, then pushed and heaved until... pop! The shell flew off his back and tumbled down the hill. "Finally, I'm free," he cried. "Without a shell to lug, smooth and bare from head to tail, I look just like a slug." Alas, the day grew very hot. No longer was it fun to be completely smooth and bare beneath the burning sun. "Oh dear me," he moaned, "this didn't turn out well. I wouldn't roast and sizzle so inside a shady shell." At last the sky turned dark and grey, and stormy clouds appeared. "Hooray! Cool rain is on the way," the sunburn Charlie cheered. Oh, the rain, it never came. It began to hail instead. Thump, thump, hailstones fell and bopped him on the head. "Ow, ow, ow," he howled. "This didn't turn out well. I wouldn't be so bumped and bruised beneath a hardy shell." He reached a shrub for cover in a frightened, frantic scramble, but this shrub, he soon discovered, was a prickly berry bramble. "Help me, help me," Charlie cried. This didn't turn out well. I wouldn't be so snagged and snarled beneath a shiny shell. And as he wriggled to get free with a loud and wounded wail, a hungry magpie flying past heard the wailing snail. "Oh no," he cried, "not again. This didn't turn out well. I wouldn't be this magpie's lunch, tucked safely in a shell." Before the bird could gobble him, he found his swirly home. It was round and it was roomy, with a blue and shiny dome. He fled inside, safe at last, and sighed with great relief. Life outside his trusty shell was full of woe and grief. Now, if those slugs should slither by to jeer and sneer with glee, he'd say, "A shell is all you need. Do come in and see." The end. What a great book. I really enjoyed that. What about you? Alright kids, it's time for you to go to bed and have a good sleep, and I'll see you all next time. If not, it'll be Batman, or maybe it'll be the Stormtrooper Phil. Good night kids.